All righty. I think we're live. Hello, 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 family. How's everybody doing? Haven't seen you guys in a month of Sundays. I hope everybody is doing well. We have a very interesting conversation. Very interesting conversation to talk about today. And I wanted to start off with some housekeeping first. We always have to um, keep introducing you to the foundation. We have the foundation Ram in the Bush. We're doing really good. And we kind of want to go there a little bit with us. As far as introducing the foundation, still, don't want you guys to forget now. We have a foundation, raminthebush.com. You want to go check out the website, please, please, please do. Like and share. Go and visit the foundation. Share it out. You got some friends that has kids age 18 to 25. We want them, some boys or young ladies that are getting in trouble. Bring them on. 18 to 25, I'll take them. We're going to teach them. We're going to put them in an on the job training program, and we're going to teach them how to do CDO classes. We're going to teach them security, armed and unarmed, which we need. We're going to teach them the HVAC, painting, flooring, plumbing, electrician, everything. We're going to teach them barber. We're going to send them to barbering school. We're going to teach them. I have a young lady I talked to about medulla. We're going to have a medullas program, which we need in our community. We in a medulla and a midwife, which is two separate things. One takes care of the babies, one takes care of the moms. We're going to train for the medulla, and that person takes care of the mom, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I could have that wrong, but I think I just learned the difference myself. We're going to have car detailing. We're going to have mechanics. So if you know any 18 to 25-year-olds that are interested in training on the job, an apprenticeship program, they're less than a year. We're going to teach them how to become business owners, or if they want to get that certificate and they want to go to somewhere else to work, or if they want to have their own business, whatever you want to do with it, at least you'll have it in hand. And we're going to teach these young folk a future. We're going to give them more ideas, better ideas, okay? Futuristic ideas. We're going to teach them that they can have their own business. We're going to teach them that we don't have to come to somebody else's table. We can come to our own tables, right? Okay, that's one thing. Let's not forget the book, okay? We have written a book. We're doing some things. I'm telling you, family. I've been out of town for the last, 2 weeks, okay? Spent some time with my daughter. Went on vacation, and I'm telling you, much needed vacation, and came back to a lot of craziness. Hold on, you guys. A lot of craziness. I don't know what is going on with America. I don't know what is going on, but we talked about this Jalen thing. Yes, I'm going to bring it up. I wasn't going to talk about it because everybody else is talking about it, but I'm just going to give me 5 minutes about this Jalen thing. What does Peyton, which was New York killer, the terrorist, what does the person in the Chicago shooting, Dylan Roof, what do they all have in common? And there's another young man, I don't know his name, but he was actually going to shoot up Amazon, the place where he worked. He told a friend of his, I guess, well, she wasn't a friend. Well, she was a friend because she told everybody else to save her life because it might have happened when she was at work. So the young lady he was talking to, she told somebody who in turn called police and told the police with this young man who was working at Amazon, by the way, who was planning to shoot up Amazon. The police came, arrested him. Listen to this. They arrested him, but then they released him. So now he's back out to do what? To commit the crime that he was planning on doing. It makes no sense, but you have to understand that Chicago shooter was also in jail. They arrested him too, right? He's had some run-ins with the law. So actually, if they had arrested him and put his behind in jail, those 6 members that he killed would still be alive, and like the 30 that he injured would not be injured. Because if America would do, the justice system would do them the way they're doing our black babies, a whole lot more folk will be alive, wouldn't they? Why didn't they shoot this? Why didn't they shoot Little Robert? I think the dude who shot up Chicago, his name was Robert. Why didn't they do Little Robert the way they did Dylan? The way they did Jalen. Unarmed, black, dead. Dylan Roof, Robert, Chicago shooter. That's his name. Peyton, white, alive. That's the difference in Jalen and Dylan, Ruth. It's sad, but it's going to be up to us to change things. You already know what we need to do. I'm just waiting on that Moses to step forward. I'm just waiting on somebody to step forward to be like, hey, we rise globally. And it should not take a celebrity to tell us what to do. We know what to do, family. We know that it's going to take us rising up globally in order to change our situation. There is no reason why they should have shot at that boy 90 times and 60 of those shots penetrated that baby's body. Can you imagine if that was your son? What would you do if that was your son? Think about that. Your son and your daughter is driving around in their little car with some friends or without friends, just maybe going to the corner store. And the neighborhood RoboCop, gray soldier, decides I want to stop your son for whatever reason, just because his maybe one light is out or his tail light is out. And he's driving to the store and he gets behind your child. And your child is like, oh my God. Because we already know automatically fear comes in us. And this situation with Jalen has traumatized a whole lot of Black folk, right? So that police officer gets behind your child and they already know what's happened to Jalen. They already know what's happened to Michael Brown. They already know what's happened to Trayvon. They already know what's happened. We can go on and on and on. They already know this. Our children see. They're not blind. I seen a TikTok where I think it was on Facebook, where these little boys was in a little toy car and the police pulled up behind them and they got out running. They know, family. So you're going to leave this mess to your children? What if that was your son? Like I was saying, please get behind your son. They're driving to the store and your son get out and I'm trying to run home. I'm going to get with my mom because I need some help. Okay. Because that's the first thing we think about. Our kids think about running home. Mom, I'm getting some protection. Mom, they can't call dad. Dad ain't there. Mom, police is here. And then the police, so police gets behind your son and he's thinking, oh my God, I'm going to run home to mom because I just left home. Home is right around the corner. I'm going to run home and that's going to be my protection. But they literally shoot your son in the back 60 freaking times. How would you feel? If you're not mad and if you're not angry right now, then something is wrong with you. You're part of the problem. If you are not about ready to bust up some stuff and burn down some stuff, and I'm not condoning violence. I only condone violence if they bother you and they continue doing what they're doing to us. I condone it. I do not, other than that, condone violence. You man your business, I'm a man. Plain and simple. You don't bother me, we good. And I remember when we were little, hey, we always said, as long as you don't touch me. Touch me. You remember we used to touch me. You touch and you down. But what I'm saying is now they're doing more than touching. And we see it. And we still allowing it. Can you imagine what they're thinking? Man, whatever we do to them Black folk, they don't do nothing. We can do whatever we want. They ain't gonna say nothing. We can do whatever we want. They gonna do nothing. Let's shoot some more. This should have been outrage for everybody. If they didn't kill the New York Peyton, the New York thug, if they didn't kill Robert in the same day, ain't no way in the world they should have harmed Jalen. I don't care if they say he had a gun. I don't care if he had a knife. I don't care if he had a grenade in his hand. Dylan Roof had a whole gun in his hands when police arrived. Peyton had a whole gun in his hand when police arrived. So don't let them convince you that he was a thug and he needed to die. Your son, that baby did not deserve to be shot at all. Let alone 60 times. That is inhumane. That is not even human. Who would actually sit up there and shoot somebody like that? Who? What type of people are we dealing with? What type of people takes out a gun? And I know Glocks have what? 10, 12 rounds, 14 rounds maybe? So you mean to tell me you had 8 officers that shot, because they shot 90 times. So that means what? They shot 11 bullets each? 60 hit them. But if I have a total of 8 officers, and 90 bullets. That means everybody shot at least 11 times. 8 officers. Or I think they said that it was 8 officers, but only four didn't shoot their guns or something like that, I think. But what type of people are we dealing with? Isaac, welcome. Like and share, you guys. What type of people are we dealing with, family? This is pathetic. This is pathetic. Help me understand this. I can't make sense of it. It makes no sense to me why somebody would shoot anybody. Maybe I'm just losing it. But why would anybody want to shoot anybody? Once or twice. But we talking about they shot at this baby 90 times. Why? That makes no sense. We're dealing with, I don't even want to say we're dealing with. But let's see. Let's watch the Amazon shooter, because they let him out. They captured him. They went and arrested him. They brought him up on felony charges and they released him. Who does that? So you already know that it's probably going to be a shooting in Amazon, but they arrested him already for the shooting, right? That he didn't commit. Then they released him. They released him. And then now he's able to, he paid his bond or whatever. Now he's able to go and shoot up Amazon. And then I guess he'll get the rest of the charges when he gets done shooting up Amazon. I'm just saying. I digress right now. I'm going to try to get off that subject. Let me just clear my mind, because the subject I really want to talk about tonight is about our men. Okay. And I love me some black men. I'm going to tell you now. I love me some black men. I'll tell you. But I need us, family, to get it together. Men and women. Because what I'm seeing is a lot of hate. And there's no reason for us to be hating our own. I'm trying to understand this. I've been on for 2 weeks. I was on vacation, enjoying life. I'm telling you. I was loving. I went to Cabo, Mexico, right? Just to get away, just to release, just to enjoy life a little bit and, breathe and come back to this. I don't understand. But I'm really not liking what I'm seeing when I'm hearing black women say, or black men and women talk about black men and women like dogs. I don't understand that mentality. Help me understand what is really going on here. I don't get it. This is what happens when our men is dropping the ball. Look at our society. You have to understand, when the head is broken, the head is what's going to guide you, right? When our men, who is the head, I don't care what these crazy women, feminists is talking about. Men are the head of the family. And when you have the right head, the body, the neck, everything lines up, right? To follow. Because when you have the proper heading, you're going to everybody goes in the right direction. But if I have a head that's out of order, that's thinking crazy, that's not understanding his job or his place, then the whole body is out of order. That's what's happening. And you're not going to tell me white folk didn't know about it. They knew what they were doing. But the sad thing is, we know what they're doing. We know what they're doing now. We might not have then, but we know now, but we still allowing it. We're not doing anything to fix our situation. We keep allowing people like, I'm not going to even mention her because she's just so worthless to the black community. I'm not even going to mention her. But we have black folk that look black, but that are being paid by white supremacists to talk the talking points to cause more divide in the black families. Those type of folk need to be released. And we're going to talk about how we need to handle black folk, white supremacist black folk that's allowing white folk to pay them to do damage in the black community. We're going to talk about what we're going to do with them, what we need to do with them. Because for real, those people need to be ousted. If you come in here and you wreaking havoc on the black family, if you're talking about you don't need a black man, if you're talking about a white woman is better than a black woman, you need to be dealt with. That's dysfunctional. Black folk are the only ones that I've heard talk about they don't need a man. What the hell you gonna do? Do each other? I don't want no splits. I don't want nothing that look like me. I'm just saying. Blessings, brother. Blessings. I don't want something that's not looking. I don't want something that's gonna look like me. I can't do nothing with that. But the very next time I hear a black woman tell me I don't need a black man, my thing is, are you crazy? Are you out of your damn mind? You tell me why you don't need a black man, but you'll take one of these evil, disgusting, demonic white men and you'll put them over your brother? Are you? We didn't gone crazy because I didn't seen some black women that will put a white man over their black brothers. And do you know how dangerous these white men are? I've done some stories on them. Go look in the past. I've done stories on a white man that are very dangerous. I've done stories on them. And they killing these sisters, honey. They are killing them. And it's not funny. It's sad. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you the names of them. Idea one, they're still dangerous. I'm going to show it to you. I want you to read that one. You see that one with the white man in black? Read that story. They're still dangerous. Read that one. How he killed that black girl. I did a whole lot of them. Y'all need to go in some of my old and look at them so you can understand what you're dealing with. Those white men are dangerous. Those white women are dangerous. And you should know that by now. Ask the white girl's name of the white black guy that was talking so bad about black women, right? He was with a white girl. She was one of them, I call her a porn trick or whatever. I don't know if she was an Only's fan or whatever. I call her a hoe. That's all she was. Okay, she didn't turn him out. And he just thought she was the best thing in the world. Guess where he at? Dead. I'm just saying. But you think these men, you think them creatures are better than your black men? You think they're going to have your back for real? I seen one woman, one of Trump's, he was a Trump supporter, right? He's married to a black woman. Make it make sense. How in the world are you married to a black woman, but you're a Trump supporter? Make it make sense. And you married to that? Really? Is that what we do now? I'm just saying. That's crazy. Cynthia G, yes. Always dogging out. I can't stand her ass. I can't stand her, and I'll say it. She's dysfunctional. She's ignorant, and she's a sellout to the black community. And I would never watch nothing that she has to say about a black man because white supremacy is paying her to be disrespectful to our brothers. And that dummy and that heifer needs to be handled. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. She's disgusting. She's a piece of nothing. She's a sold out nothing. And I'll tell any black woman that'll sit up here and tell me and talk about our black men like you done lost your mind. You're an idiot. You are an idiot if you have anything negative to say about your black men. Because guess what? They didn't get the way they are by themselves. They had help. Our men at one point, before you start coming together with them demons, they knew how to treat their woman. They knew how to be good fathers. They knew how to be good providers. What you think we had in the 70s? Why you think these crackers trying so hard to destroy men and make them wear dresses now? Why you think they tried so hard to put drugs in our neighborhood? Why you think they tried so hard to divide our families? Because they knew without our men, what would happen to our families. Without your head, your whole body would suffer because it's out of order. Women around here looking, acting crazy because we don't have a head. And men are our head. Yes, they are. Don't sit up here and act crazy. You know, can't no woman teach no boy how to be no boy. We can't even teach them how to pee. What we're going to do, stand out and do what? We can't even teach them how to pee. You trying to sit up there and tell me you don't need a man. What's wrong with you? You done lost your mind. You done drunk that Kool-Aid. The white women they not without their men, are they? You'll never hear no white woman talking about, I don't need my man. Do you, dummies? But you going to sit up here and tell me you don't need yours. I don't know why we so dumb. We let these white women lead us. We supposed to be leading them. They wanted us so bad to jump on that abortion ride. I don't care if you abort all them damn demons. I don't care if you abort that last one of them. I don't care. They come to me talking about road. I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't care what you do. I hope they do. Go sneak across the border. Like they remember back in the day, they were sneaking across the border, aborting babies, and they was dying. Go ahead, sneak across the border, and maybe more of them die. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't have no feelings for white folk. I'm sorry. Y'all don't play them games with me. Y'all already know. They evil, all of them. Those are Satan's seeds. And it's time for y'all to understand that. Y'all think that they looking good? No. Look at them when they get 25 or 30, look like they're 90. But y'all black men, y'all get me with these white women walking around trying to prance them, you cannot, honey, let me tell you something. If you a black man with a white woman, that piece of trash ain't got nothing on Cassie, ain't got nothing on a black woman, period. You didn't duck through the trash to get that. You didn't duck through the trash for zero, a piece of spit. God called them spittle. Do y'all know that? God called them nothing. That's what he called. I'm just saying. That's Bible. If y'all read your Bible, that's Bible. He called them demon seeds, serpent people. So that's who you're sleeping next to. You're sleeping next to your enemy. You're sleeping next to your enemy. And no, I'm not gonna. I would never come on here and dog my brothers out because I love me some black men. But I'm gonna tell you what, I see what society is doing, and we as black people have to come together. Nothing but trash. That's right. Nothing but trash. I'm gonna put the link up here. I meant to put the link up here because I want folk to come on here. Y'all want to have something, say something, have something to say. If y'all think I'm wrong, tell me where I'm wrong at. Tell me where I'm wrong. But I want to, I'm trying to see how I can do this. Can I invite? I'm going to show you. I'm going to share my screen. You know I'm going to share the screen, right? I'm going to try to share because I want to read something. I want y'all to understand how important, because I really don't believe that we understand how important our men are. I'm going to copy the link, you guys. Hold on. And I'm going to put it in here. And if you guys want to come on here and challenge me, come on. I'm made for this, baby. I'm made for it because you ain't going to come on here dogging my babies. You're going to dog my men out. Our men, they got it rough. I don't know how they have it so rough. Our babies, it starts at kindergarten. It starts as babies. It starts as, they get them early. And we as black folk have not understood what we're dealing with. We don't understand how dangerous these white folk are. We don't understand that every day that you give your babies to them, they are brainwashing your babies. You had that white woman in Hollywood. What is that white woman name that's dressing that baby up to look like a girl? What is her name? I don't know her name, but she has this little black baby, and he was 2 or 3 when she started dressing him as a girl. She's a South African, came from South Africa. If you know about South Africa, you'll understand why they're adopting our black boys. Okay. She didn't take a black girl. She got a black boy, and now she's dressing him up as a girl. I'm just saying. And you think that's not on purpose? Let me go adopt a white little boy and start dressing him up as a girl and see what happens. You think they're gonna let me keep that little boy? Do you think they're gonna actually let me keep that little boy? But black folks see that won't say nothing. That's abuse. Somebody should have went to social service and said that's abuse right there. She should not be allowed. If you adopting our babies. I don't think nobody white should be adopting our kids anyway. I just don't believe in them adopting our babies. Why do they need to? If we as black people is doing what we need to do, our children have never been in foster care. We're taking on traits of enemies. We're learning how to be dysfunctional like them. Evil communication, corrupt good manners. Don't we know that? Why do you think God told us in Deuteronomy 7, read it? Yes, I'm going to put it in there. You're not even supposed to be dating them. You're not supposed to be mixing and mingling with them. You're not even supposed to be allowing your children to marry them. So why now am I hearing black folks talking, ooh, we got everybody, we mix in our family. You got demons and devils in your family? You got animals those are animals. You may as well go out there in the backyard and sleep with your dog. That's what they are. I don't care. That's what they are. You say what you want to say. And when I hear black men compare a white woman to a black man, a black woman, dude, you done lost your mind. You done lost your mind. Ain't no white woman better than no black woman. No kind of way. She can't even compare. She can't compare. I don't care. You can get the skinniest black girl out there and get the poorest little white girl, and she's still gonna look like po trash. Dress up in the cute little dress, she's still like po trash. And y'all convinced yourself that they better. And I heard black men, go crazy over a white woman. A piece of nothing. You got a 0, bro. You got a 0. A dysfunctional 0. Because all of them are mentally ill, because all of them are taking medication. All of them. All of them have changed. All of them have mental illness. And you want to sit up there and compare a piece of nothing with a Black woman? You done lost your man, bro. You need some psychological help. A piece of garbage will never, and can never compare to a 10. I'm just saying. I want to read something to y'all. I want to help y'all to understand why they tried so hard in the 70s to divide our family. I'm going to show you this story. I'm going to share my screen. Y'all know I ain't about sharing screens, right? Y'all bear with me. Bear with me. Let me share. I won't be able to read the comments and when I'm sharing, okay? So y'all just bear with me. I'm sharing screen because I want y'all to read. I want y'all to see this. Okay, share my screen. Oh, here I go. Okay, which one? Where is it? Here we go. Is that the one? Yes, I think that's it. Let's share this one. I want y'all to help me out here. Let me show you something. Okay. I know y'all probably have heard the story before, but I want y'all to read it. Let's read this. Okay. You remember the elephant story? Let me read that for you. Okay. Former president of the National Fatherhood Initiatives, Wade Horn, wrote an interesting article for Fatherhood magazine. Okay. Kruger National Park in South Africa had a serious elephant population problem. The once endangered species were recovering to the point that the park could not support its herds. They worked with another wildlife refuge national park to relocate a good number of elephants. A problem arose, listen to this, when the harnesses used to airlift the elephants, whatever they call them, pachyderms or whatever, would only accommodate the females, okay, and the young. Now, this is what they say, but they was probably doing an experiment to see what would happen, okay, because they got to experiment anything before they try it on Black folk, okay. The super sized bull males were simply too big for the harnesses, and the herds were relocated, leaving father elephants behind. Something peculiarly happened to the young male elephants in their new homes. Without the father's presence, they began displaying very unhuman, okay, like behaviors. Because why? They didn't have the males, the head of the household. When you don't have the head, you have a mess, because that's not our job to keep the family together. That's the man's job. If the man's not there, the family is out of order. You guys know that. You can look at your households, men. Look at the households. Okay, terrorizing the other animals, even goring the rhinoceros to death. Okay, surprisingly, the calming influence of the female elephants had very little benefit to the young males. They needed role models. To teach them how male elephants were supposed to act. You think that's not human? You think we as women can raise boys? You think we can do a good job? You see, we can't. I don't care what nobody say. We cannot do it. We need our men in order to have that balance, because when a woman's going to baby her son, and that's what's going on. That's why you got a bunch of little gay little boys. Oh God, I can't even. When I look at a boy nowadays, when I see him walk, he walks just like a little girl. He walks just like his mom. I'm just saying. These little boys don't. You remember back in the day when they had their dad? The dads had a little pimp, and they was walking so cool. They had just a little. It was just a walk a man had, right? It's just a walk that they have. These little boys now, they walk like their sisters. I can't tell them apart, and I know they grew up in the moms with their moms. But I'm gonna tell you what: if I had a son, and me and my husband separated, I'd have told him, "Look, dude, you take him with you, because I can't." From maybe age 1 to 9. You can have him, but from 9 on to 18, he needs to be with his dad. But I really want to condone. I really want to help you to understand that how important it is for us to bring it back, to heal it up, and to bring it back. No more baby mamas. We've done it enough. We've done it enough. When we have women in the house and no men, who's teaching our boys to be men? Who's teaching our boys to be protectors? Who our boys need that positive role model. Women can be a role model for boys. Only if you want your boy to start switching. Only if you want your boy to be whiny. Usually little boys now, they're whiny. Because why? Their moms are whiny. Women are whiny. Okay. We're whiny. We're babies. We're flowers. We are very delicate. Okay. I may want to whine sometimes. It's okay. That's what women do. But our sons should be whining with us. You got a boy, the woman sitting on the couch crying, the boy on the couch with her. Back in the day, that wasn't happening. When the dad's in the home, boy, get up and, boy fall. The mom run, the man, boy, get up. Remember that? Come on, dads, work with me. Boy, get up. Got that male voice. Hey, now boy, you better get up. Or come on, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's our hearts. So where's the balance? So when he does fall, who's going to tell him to get up if the man ain't there? Boy, toughen up. You know that little fall didn't hurt. I remember that. I remember hearing that. We don't hear that. Oh, my baby fell. Oh, look at my baby. Come here, little man. Where's the man? You can call him that, but that's not what he's growing up to be. Some of these boys now, they look just like girls. I have to look to see. I can't look at the walk. I have to look at the boy's chest to see if he got boobs. I'm just saying, to see if he's a boy or girl. Now, you can't tell them apart. Girls cutting their hair down like boys now. I seen a woman bald head. What? Who does that? I could see if it's a medical issue. But if it's not a medical issue, honey, that's not attractive to cut all your hair. God gave us hair. I may have mine back now, or plait it up or whatever, but I can take it down when I want to. I'm just saying, we have to have that delicacy about us. We can't look like a man by the head. Come on, ladies, what's wrong with us? Oh, we're gonna get on the ladies next week. Trust me. Oh, this is a two-parter. Okay, I'm just not just gonna be on my men. I want us to understand how important our men are. Ladies, we can't do this without our men. They want you to hate your men. They want you to despise your men. Because guess what? When you despising the men, so they got it going on right now. Because they helping you. You helping them to despise yours. So when they get ready to take out our men, you going next and your children. Who gonna protect you without your man? Who protecting you now when the Chinese popping you in your mouth? I done seen it. You can't call your brother. You can't call your uncle. You can't call your daddy. You can't. Who you got to call? Who you got to call? I seen a commercial. I seen on Facebook the other day where this white guy went into this black lady's salon, and he was sitting there and he was harassing her, really harassing her, and she had to ask him to leave about 5 or 6 times. I'm like, if you had a brother, all you had to do was say, sit there. Hey, Ray. Hey, Pookie. Hey, whoever. You would have called your brother to come handle that. I got something up here I need you to handle. And your brother would have been up there. Brothers don't even come and handle for their sisters no more. What's going on with that? I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding, but this comes from the women and it's coming from what they're hearing on the radio. You got a couple people on here that's supposed to be black first that's dogging black women out. It's sad. And he has millions of 100,000 followers, like 1 million followers. And I'm like, dude, does anybody hear what this dude is saying about black women? And they going along with it. And I'm like, that's wreaking more divide. But this guy is supposed to be black first. Very questionable. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But it's very questionable when I hear a black man that's supposed to be black first dogging out black women like dogs. Either he's gay, undercover, or he's working for white supremacy, because he never comes with a conclusion to the matter. He always comes up with what I see in the black community, but never a conclusion. I'm always asking, what's the conclusion of the matter? He always kind of blocks me because I get on there and I go to type, because I be wanting him to say something. Tell me to call in. Call in. Tell me to call in, because I got something for you. Because I see straight through that whatever he got going on. But I say he wasn't raised with his mom, because I see a lot of boys when they're not raised with their mom or they're raised with dads, or they're raised with grandparents. I see a mama issue there. So we can tell the boys that are being raised by grandmas. We can tell because it's a mama issue there. You can tell. But my thing is we have to get back to the basics. We've allowed white supremacy to come between us so bad right now, because this started through white supremacy. Okay. This is a white supremacy. Their hands is all over it. But we've got to learn how to get to the place where we're seeing their tactics, learning their tactics. We've been dealing with them so long, we don't even know their tactics. They'll make one comment and not have a face, and Black folk will jump on board. I'm like, how did that make sense to you guys? And why are you going against your own? Because it'll be a white supremacy with no face that'll say something that'll go against that person, that just whatever the situation is. Just like Jalen, you had a lot of white supremacy on there talking about, oh, that thug should have died, or that thug should have been shot. No, bruh, no, you back that up. You don't come on here talking about my brother. This is not your conversation to talk to. Even why are you even here, for one? Why are you even having something to say? Let's talk about when you get over there and get them school shootings taken care of. Then you can come over here and talk to us. But until you take care of those school shootings, you ain't got nothing to say over here. You can't tell us nothing as long as you still shooting up schools. I'm just saying. You ain't got nothing to say. All that thuggery going on in your households. You're killing up your mamas, you're killing up your daddies because you didn't get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because she made you a ham sandwich instead. So you go there and kill her because you didn't get your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just saying. You can calm down, take that somewhere else. That's how we're supposed to be handled. But that white supremacy will make one comment and everybody Black will jump on his side against your own. Are we really serious here? Is this what we do now? Is this what we do? No. That's crazy. You shut that down. I will never go against. They couldn't. I remember one time they asked Obama about Louis Farrakhan. And they asked him also about a Black pastor he was under. I guess he said something or whatever. But Obama just said, that's the pastor. Nothing to do with that. I can't, that's his own person. But he denounced Farrakhan 3 times. Denounced him. That right there should have showed y'all Negroes that he went about nothing on national TV, because white supremacy wanted him to. Not only did he do it once, he did it 3 times, like Judas. No, Peter. Remember Peter denied Jesus 3 times? Yeah, that's what he reminded me of. A traitor. And that's what he is. And we know now he was a traitor. He's a black face, and we wanted him so bad to do something for Black people. We gave him 2 tries, not just 4 years. We gave him 8. We gave him 4 years. We gave him. Then we turned around and gave him 4 more just to see maybe we got this wrong. Maybe this next 4 years he's gonna do something for us. Yeah, he did something for his brothers. The police gave him an executive order to kill more of you. I'm just saying. But let me finish reading. I digress. I know I get off. Let me keep focusing. Okay. Surprisingly, let me see where we at. Surprisingly, calming influence of the female elephants had very little benefits to the young males. They needed role models to teach them how male elephants were supposed to act. We need that in our community. We need that in our households. Without those father figures in the herd, the hormonal young males let gang-like relationships rule the community. Did you hear what happens? Isn't that what's happening? What's going on now? Okay. In the Homo Spasians, okay, y'all know what I'm saying, world, we see a similar trend. Fatherlessness is rampant. Where fathers were absent, problems abound. That's in our household, ladies. Fathers, we need you. We cannot do this. I don't want to raise kids by myself. I didn't want to do it when I had kids. I didn't. And I didn't want to have, I was not going to be a baby's mama, and I wasn't going to have babies all over the world. I have 2 girls and they have the same dad. I don't play that. You're not going to leave seeds. We're not doing, I know people with 5 baby mamas. I know people with 5 baby daddies. What are we doing here? No, we're not doing that. And I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying we have to bring it back together. If this is going to be corrected, this is a mess right here. I'm looking at it. I don't know how bad I don't know how worse it can get. You already got our babies in dresses, our boys in dresses. Look at what's that little boy name? What's his name? Nas. He makes my stomach hurt. I want to throw up every time I see him. He makes my stomach hurt. His mom must be awfully disappointed. I'm serious. And when I heard what he said about his nephew, he was talking to some sexual talk, and then he turned around. Something about he was attracted. Somebody was reading this to me about, I think on Twitter, he had the nerve to say this out loud. How he was attracted to his nephew, 3 years old, and it was his nephew. That is disgusting. He would never come around my child ever again. And better yet, I would tell him, if you ever think to touch him, you are going to draw back nubs and something else won't be there. Because I'm gonna tell you what, when I was baby, when I had kids, my girls were younger, I went and interviewed the daycares. I did. I had private sitters. I interviewed them and I told them, if mine don't come back the way I bring them, I'm not even gonna report it. I'm gonna just handle it myself. And I meant that. You're not gonna come in that crazy with mine. So if you don't want to keep things, but let me know, because it's gonna help. It's gonna save both of us. Because I'm not playing with mine. I don't play with mine. I'm serious. I don't play with mine. Don't touch my babies. You're not gonna mess them up because you got an issue. You better go over there and get some help before you come over here with mine. My girls were safe. Trust me. I ain't play that. Anyway, okay. Without these father figures in the herd, a hormonal young male let gang-like relationships rule the community. Okay, let me go down. Let me find my space. What was I? Nearly 24% of the children in the U.S. grow up in a fatherless home. Children without a father in the homes are more likely to abuse drugs or alcohol, more likely to face abuse or neglect, more likely to have behavioral or mental problems, and 4 times more likely to live in poverty. Well, now let's see. Let's break that apart. 24% they said. But you got white boys who have fathers in the house who are shooting up schools. So is this true or not? Help me figure this out. You have white boys that have both parents in the house with mental illness who shoot up schools, but they have both parents. So what's that? What is that? It's all in the environment and what you're being taught, right? If the white supremacist child thug terrorists who are shooting up schools, they are taught that, right? You have to understand it's coming from somewhere, that hate, because kids they don't just automatically hate. The training and the teaching came from that father, right? Come on now, help me out here. It came from the father. It came from the mom. It came from somewhere, either the mom's dad or the dad's dad or the mom's. It came from some, and I think for me, I'm thinking it was the dad's dad or the mom's dad. It's always that man that's showing that hatred with white supremacy. Now the women do it too, but the men are more vocal with it. The men are more vocal, so they're closer to their dads, right? Because the dad's in the house, and the dad is passing down the anger and the hatred. The dad is passing it down, right? So they're there, but they're being a bad influence. That's that role model. That's talking about that role model. Let's go back up there. We talked about having a role model. It's very important for our males to have positive role models. I've seen some women with role models amongst, our boys. And if our boys are seeing that man abuse you ladies, our boys are pretty much going to be abusers. Whatever behavior, whatever role model you have around that child. Yes, he's young, he can hear. And you said, we don't fight in front of them, but they can hear. They're not deaf. Unless your child is deaf, that might not affect them, but they still affect them because they can vibrations. Their senses is more aware of danger. Their senses are more aware of the atmosphere. So it's this. Don't say they don't hear. Kids know when something is not right. They can feel the dysfunction. They can feel the argument. They can feel the tension. So just because you don't do it in front of them does not mean that they don't know that you guys are just, keeping up a lot of mess in the household. Okay. So we have to understand. It's so important to have positive people around your children, positive male role models around your girls, around your boys, because with that positive role model is going to show that son how to be a protector, a provider, security. He's going to teach that child what needs, that male child, what he's missing that he can't get from a woman. Okay. That female child, he's showing her what kind of man she's going to attract, because what she sees is what she's going to attract to herself. So if she sees dysfunction, she sees abuse, she sees an alcoholic dad, she sees an alcoholic male role model for the female, that's what she's going to attract. And you look at her and go, girl, why are you picking that man? Why are you picking that kind of man? You have to look at you. What kind of man were you picking? You might not pick him now, but what kind of man did you bring around them even when they were babies, when you didn't really know? You might know later, but when they're younger years, maybe 9 and under or 12 and under, they saw nothing but dysfunction. They saw you being slapped around. They saw you being abused. They saw you, your brother coming in talking about all them bitches and them. You have to understand that kind of talk is not appropriate around our children, boys or girls, because what they hear is what they're going to say and what they're going to feel and what they're going to do, what they're going to attract to themselves. They're sponges. You can't go and say, boy, don't you do this. Don't act like Uncle so-and-so. Do as I say and not as I do. That don't never work, honey. Don't we know that by now? You can't tell a child, do as I do as I say and not as I do. They're going to do what they see you do. If a child see you sitting on the couch being couch potato, they're going to sit on the couch being couch potato. If they see you out working about, they're going to be out working about. If they see that you scheming and you manipulate, they're going to be the same. They're going to tend to take that same trait. So you cannot tell a child, men or women, do as I say and not as I do, because they're going to do as you do. You know that now. Okay. So that's very important to have positive role models around them. You cannot just bring anything around them and think it's not going to affect them later. Behaviors, bad or good, affects our child, and mostly they're going to adapt or tend to navigate toward that negative behavior for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it just is. I don't know why. They just do. Okay. They need role models to teach them how male elephants were supposed to act. Without those father figures in the herd, the hormonal young males that gang-like relationships. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. I'm way up there. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back. Hold on, you guys. I'm reading. I don't want to read over stuff. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Most likely. Okay, we're going to go down here. The good news for us is that nearly 90% of Utah kids, okay, grew up with a father figure in the home. Okay, just because you have a father does not mean it's perfect, does not mean that it's right, because you can have abusive fathers in the home. It doesn't mean, you just can't have just any kind. We talked about that. According to the raw statistic data that bodies very well for our state and our local communities, it forecasts lower crime rates, fewer teen pregnancies, and higher rates in high school graduations. I don't know if I believe that or not, because I've seen white families and they deal with suicide, they deal with pregnancies, they deal with crime too. Don't think that these white kids are not getting in trouble, because I've seen it, and they get slapped on the wrist. They don't go to jail. They get the lower charges. They barely, so trust me, this right here, I've seen different. So I know that it's not true. I'm telling you, if you have dysfunction in the home, it's not going to matter, because the kids are still going to be dysfunction. Okay. Just because you have two parents, if they're not healthy parents, then it's still dysfunctional, and the child is still going to be dysfunction. So they're trying to make you think that we white kids are facing this with two parents in the household, and they're just not going to jail because the police officers are not writing them tickets. I've dealt with young teenage white kids, and they are bad as hell. I'm just saying. They do anything, they get away with everything. They just making you think that, oh, those white kids got it together. No, they don't. They're committing suicide. They're killing their mamas, their daddies, the dogs. They're killing their cousins. They're killing babies. They're not going to jail. Those kids are doing all kind of stuff, drinking and driving, drug parties. They're doing it all. If your children are doing it, their children are worse than yours, because they don't chastise their children. They don't chastise. They have no rules. Those kids can do anything and everything they want to do. So don't let them that make you think that those white kids are not doing anything. Those are murderers. Okay. You see it now. You see what's happening now. School shootings. Okay. You see these white thugs. You see the men, the dads. Who was that? The one, the girl was mixed, and her dad actually raped her and killed her. So you come on, they're dysfunctional. Don't let them make you believe that, oh, they're perfect. They're not. Okay. But I think there is far more importance of having a father in the home than merely tipping the tables on the stats. Okay. What makes a father so important? It is more than bringing bacon. It is. It's more to that. It's not just him. Providers. They should be, I think, the chastiser. I'm not saying spankings. I don't believe that men should be spanking daughters. I just don't believe that, because I think you teach your daughters, you're teaching them that it's okay for a man to abuse them. I do believe that that has a lot to do with it. My husband, my first husband who died, he never spanked his girls. He never did. Never, never. He didn't believe in it. And and later they had him wrapped. He would do anything. It was so funny. And they would listen to me, but because he was so easy with them, they wouldn't listen to him. And he was like, dang, when I was gone, it was just because he didn't start, you gotta start it right. You can't say, I don't want you to spank them, and they hearing that, so they know, oh, we ain't gonna get over my day, which he didn't spank them. But I was the chastiser. I was the one that would bring the discipline, because he would not. And I had girls. Okay. So if you had a boy, that's different. I believe the man should really, chastise your son. But when it comes to the girl, I think the mom should do the chastising. Now the dad can take him and talk to him and be harsher that way. But I think and even with that, you really have to watch what you say, because then too, you still don't want them to know that, think that it's okay to allow a man to talk to me in kind of way. Okay. So I think that's a very delicate situation. So their dad didn't spank. He would talk to him. He didn't talk too harsh to him. He was just, those were his girls. So he treated them delicately. Like, so they would have listened to him, which was sad. So I was like, girl, you better stop, so I had to kind of, jump in there, but he had spoiled them. They were rotten. So, but that was another story, but I'm telling you, but okay. So if you haven't noticed, women are different than men. Personally, I don't like making messes, playing with things that smell. Now she's explaining that smells funny, or doing stuff that may end up in the emergency room. When there were kids asked, wait a minute, that's where my kids asked Daddy if he would help them. He's the one who rides the four-wheelers, buy the Skittles, the 5-pound bags, teaches them about bow and arrows. He sits for hours on the riverbank helping to put worms on the fishing hook. Ooh, I wouldn't be doing that. I don't even like fishing. It's not that I can't do those things. I just don't. They just don't sound like fun to me. My husband and kids, four-wheelers, Skittles, and arrows are wonderful ways to bond and grow. That's true, because I wouldn't be out there doing that. The 24/7 Dad Fatherhood Program indicates that the fathers support growth and develop the children in innumerable ways. The fathers demonstrate how to be caring, compassionate people who treat themselves, others, and the environment with respect and dignity. Now, you're hearing this, right? There is no replacing a father in his family role. You can't do nothing to replace it. You can't even bring another man in that house that's going to teach them. It's almost like a dad. That father is just different than that stepfather. It's just not the same. That connection is just not there. Okay. It's different, even with the baby mamas, when the baby mamas, the little boyfriend come, it's not the same as having that dad, that real dad, it's not the same. There's no replacing a father in his family role. A father is a teacher and a friend. He provides discipline with love. He is the superhero that every child looks to as they grow. We need them to lead out in the most important ways. Fathers teach their sons to be gentlemen. They model how men should treat women. This is important, fellas, which is vitally important to wives and daughters. They show what a good man acts like in his community. I was moved to at a funeral in which a good man's sons, daughters, and grandchildren expressed their love for their super dad. Philip Mitchell raised his children in a careful and caring way. His daughters claim that as a child, she had believed him to be Superman, tall, handsome, athletic, and kind. He was a hero to all kids. As the dad, he took time with each of his kids, especially his sons. After being forced into early retirement due to aggressive cancer, he used his easy chair as the backdrop for spending time with his grandchildren. He played board games, shared treats, and total silly stories. He made those children feel like they were special, and they are. One grandson cheerfully encountered. Okay, we ain't gonna read about Philip and us. Well, maybe we should. Oh Lord, let me see. One grandson tearfully recounted how Phil spoiled him on his birthday. His grandpa knew how much I loved dried marshmallows, so he got me my own dehydrator on my birthday. Now I can make them for myself. Phil Mitchell is just one excellent example of why children need fathers, because what moms or grandma in her right mind would get a kid a marshmallow dehydrator, only a Superman would know his grandson so well. Okay. Fatherhood is more than strength and speed. It is more than the ability to preside and provide. Okay. It is the gift of having young people follow where a good man leads. Okay. In the park officials made the wise decision to get a supersized harness and relocate the fathers in their herds. In a matter of weeks, the young were reformed, balance was restored in the herd and the park. The fathers provided the guidance to the young needed in becoming to become what they were meant to be. Did you guys hear that? In a world where problems envelop cities and countries, we can what we can to take a page from the elephants, whatever. Okay, whatever. Okay, fathers to take their place as good leaders in our homes and communities will strengthen families, provide security for children, and models what a real life Superman should be. See, so we have to get it together. We have, and people here. I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna stop sharing. But we have to understand that it was so important for us to do it the right way. We got to get back to the basics. We've done an injustice to our children by doing what we've done. It's a total injustice. Okay, what is this, Mr. 88? What you saying, Mr. 88? You got a lot of comments on here. You getting down, ain't you? I couldn't see your comments, so you've been getting down. Being talked about on YouTube, I think. Let's see. What is that? Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. I need to read stuff before I share it. Let me see. These guys don't want to go to jail because it's going to pay the bills. Okay. Look what's happening to Will. They picked him apart when he tried to play the masculine card. Well, let me see. Hold on. I got to show this one. I don't want to show it here. Police showed up in the house. Okay. They don't see. I'm reading comments, so that's why I'm trying to read comments here. Like they want to see a black man in prison. Of course, they're so intimidated by black men. Well, I wonder why. Why do you think that is, you guys? Why are they so intimidated by black men? What's the problem? They took our men out of the house knowing what dangers it was going to do to our children. You don't think they did that? And they're still doing it. Now, these foreigners can come in. Okay, immigrants. They don't tell the immigrants, oh, you can't go in public housing. They don't tell the immigrants, oh, you have to separate from your families. Why don't they do immigrants like that? I've seen that in the projects. I've seen fathers, grandfathers. I've seen the moms, the dad, the grandfather, grandpa, and grandmamas all in one household. Why don't you think they do immigrants like that? But they do black women like that because they still do it. I asked a young woman the other day, hey, you guys still, can you guys, in housing now, can you guys have your men, can you marry, have men? No, it's still the same way. So how do we fix this problem? What do we do about this problem? For one, you educate your own children. And what does education have to do with it? What does education have to do with it? Because we have to start teaching a code of behavior. We have to start teaching how important families are. We have to start teaching how great women are. We have to start teaching how great and amazing our men are. We have to break the brainwashing that white supremacy has put on our children, because they have books now that they're teaching men and men. They're teaching all this homosexual, LGBT, all this crazy stuff. You have to understand what is the true cause of it. What is the true, why do you think all of this homosexuality, all of this sexual changing now, all of these boys coming up gay, and we looking at this, these boys switching and these girls, I'm like, it's almost like we're switching roles. We have to understand their tactics. And because we're not understanding their tactics, this is the result. We're saying, oh, we don't need our men. Yes, we do. Ladies, Stop it. Do you hear anybody else saying that? Yes, we do need our men. We cannot do this without them. I don't want to be on this earth without a man. I don't want to be on with this earth with just women. That's dysfunctional. Did you see where you had a single party? I seen this on Facebook and I think it was YouTube, where you had nothing but single women had come and they said, "Oh, we want to have like a singles get together, right?" And no men showed up. Why? Why? Why you think the men are showing up? We can't give up on each other like that, family. What are we leaving? Men, let me ask you a question. If you are one of these men and you think white women are gods, and I know that deep down, Tiger Woods has had the worst luck with white women. I'm just saying. I've read some stuff about him, and I'm telling you, if I was him, I'd leave them all alone. I'm just saying, I'd leave them white women alone. But you have black men that just, they keep thinking, well, I'll just get another one. I'll just start fresh. I'll start new. And they keep getting one dysfunction after another. Because if you know, all white women take medication. That's just keeping them demons down. So they got to medicate them demons. And they got to make you think that they're Cinderellas. Okay. But the ugly stepsister was behind them, right? Right there, not far from her, right? What is going on, men? What is going on? How do we stop this? How do we bring it back? How do we bring it back to families? How do we get it back? How do we heal it? I just told you, education. It starts with us educating our own babies now. We've allowed white supremacy to tell us how nothing we are, and we've allowed white women to tell us how great they are because we've started them young, allowing these white women to teach our babies. And now we've gotten to the point where now we're putting them in the colleges. Did you see Morehouse? They just got a white woman, and she's the head of admissions. This is a black college. But now what we're sticking in their faces, white women. Not only in the elementary, middle school, high school. Now we're doing it for the college. They want to continue to brainwash them. Well, them crackers smart, honey. Them demons. Nobody could do what they're doing generationally. They don't do stuff for today. They do stuff that's going to last for generations. They do stuff that's going to last for generations. But we allow it. You don't consider Tiger Woods black. What is he? What is he? Don't he look just like me? I'm black. So that's crazy. That's a crazy statement. Tiger Woods is a black white supremacy. I'm just saying. He may not want. I remember one time Tiger Woods said, "I'm not black. I'm Blasian or whatever he called himself." Look black to me, bro. But you have some black folk that don't want to be black. Then that's their stuff. That's your stuff. You don't want to be black, don't. We don't want you anyway. That means you bad for our community. Go. Every black person that want to be white supremacy, they want to be white or think they white or like white folk more. Go over there and have at it. So when they show you that you really black, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, when they show you how black you are, that you still want us, don't come over here crawling because we don't want you. Because I'm gonna tell you, them Indians, you have to stay in the clan. If you get out of the clan with the Indians, if you go and you go around white folk, Indians don't let you back in. You can't go and come marry a white man, then come back to the Indian clan. No, they don't let you back in there. They're like, no, you stay out there. You didn't get tainted. Your mind frame tainted, and we see what you really about. You don't even like your own. His mama ain't black. He got all that black in him. I don't care if his mama ain't black. Black out, it blends out white every time. You can never see a black man with a white woman and that baby look white. Have you? I'm just saying, black gonna blend it out every time. So he may not want to be black, but he is black. Whatever. But I hope we understand how important it is. And I think poverty It's not just because of the men not being there, it's because of the system that we live under. So a lot of what Black people are going through now is because of the system, poverty system, lack system. These jobs, a lot of jobs aren't paying $20 right now. They're not paying $18. They still want you to make $15, $16. A grown woman, how are you, grown woman, taking care of family on $15, $16 an hour? How? That's impossible unless you want to stay in a project somewhere. I want us to understand that we cannot leave this mess what we're looking at our children. 88. Tiger Woods is Black. He ain't half for nothing. He's a Negro. Okay. Because if you looked at Tiger Woods and you looked at me and he not talk, you would think he's Black, right? You only saying he's half because you know his mama's white. If you didn't know Tiger Woods' mama and if you didn't know his daddy, you would look at him and you say he's Black. You're only saying that because you're looking at him and you see his mama's white and he's still Black because your people see him as Black. They still treat him as Black. When he married that nanny, okay, what man you know marry a damn nanny? With money, millions. He got millions of dollars. You go marry a damn man. I'm just saying that's just ignorant right there. But anyway, that's a story for another day. You have to understand if Tiger Woods and myself stood side by side, they'd swear up and down that boy was Black. If you didn't know his mama, he looks Black. Let him go somewhere else. They would treat him just like a Negro. I'm just saying. They would treat him just like he's Black. So just because you say he's half what? White folk don't even like Tiger Woods. They only like him. They only tolerating him. But when they want to show him that he's Black, they're going to show him. Just like they showing Bill Cosby now. Bill Cosby used to hang around all the white folk. And he used to have white talking points for Black people. And he was thinking he was doing something. Now look at he treating his old 80-year-old behind. Black men have a certain look. What kind of look is that? What kind of look do they have? You can look at his face and hair and tell he's mixed. Okay. Tiger and Obama are mixed. They still Black though. Whatever. But we have to understand, and it's so important. AD, you funny. You have to understand that it is so important for us to bring it home. Because like I said, I think that my program, the Ram in the Bush, I do believe that that is going to give our boys, because not only are we going to go to have the foundation time, but we are going to do mental health issue days. We're going to like take a Saturday and we have a security, a security team that's going to be like, they're going to take the boys and they're going to kind of teach them manhood roles, because a lot of our boys in the foundation don't have dads. So I have found mentors for them, and they're going to, in fact, take them on some Saturdays, and they're going to have like counseling, not counseling per se. It's not going to be like counseling. It's going to be a heart to heart. It's going to be like them talking and shooting a breeze and just talking crap and just having fun and just bonding with men. That's what it's going to do. And that's what our boys need. This is where dysfunction is coming together, because they don't have men to bond with. They're bonding with a bunch of women. So what do you expect our boys to look like? Come on. They're around women all day. They're at school around women. They're at home around women. The grandma and the mama are there. They women. The grandpa, he dead or gone. Or he what you call them? Philanthropist, he out and about, right? Okay, he's a fraternizer. Okay, I had the wrong word. He a fraternizer. He out there hitting every skirt and telling his grandson about it. No, that's not a good role model. That's if you have a grandfather or if you have a father that's coming home, and ladies, if you have a man, okay, he's coming home talking to your son about all the women, or your brother coming over. And he's telling your son, taking your son out and telling your son about all the white women, all the women he banging. Okay. That's not a good role model. A good role model is going to build your son up. A good role model is going to tell him right from wrong. A good role model is not going to lead him down the wrong path of teaching him how to bang every woman he lay his eyes on. That's not a good role model. Okay. We need good role models that's here to direct our sons, and we're helping them to be good providers good, just men that's going to be there, that's going to have your woman's back, that's going to have that security and make your woman feel safe, that she's going to know that no matter what, my man is there. He got me, and vice versa. As I'm gonna tell you, a lot of women are ready to be submissive, but when you get to the place where you have disrespectful men, that's where you have the issue at. When you are coming in and you're being disrespectful, or you're being too harsh. Women don't need men to be harsh. We don't need harshness. We need to be treated like flowers. We need to be treated delicately. You can't come in like, and expect a woman to be like, yes, sir, master, yes, sir. No, you don't get that being that. You get that by treating them delicately. Baby, what can I do for you? Or you coming behind them and just rubbing their shoulders or just loving on them all day. And it's not just that night. It's not just, because you want to get busy. It's all day. It takes you calling, hey, hon, how you doing? Checking on you. I love you. Or, they walking past you and it takes you showing that you care. You cannot not show that you care all day and then won't be Tarzan at 12 o'clock at night. What if you don't move? Go somewhere and sit down. I'm just saying, we need our men to love on us. Women are like, we're like, I don't want to say a puppy, because we can act like a puppy. We can be so excited to see you because we know that we getting ready to get filled up with the love because we didn't had it all day. You know what I'm saying? Now we get to show you that we appreciate you. So it goes both ways. You can't come home and acting, well, you ain't obeying me and I told you to do. You don't get one of them looks. Do it if you don't sit down somewhere. I'm just saying, you get different results depending on you. You get different results depending on what kind of man you are. You get totally different results. I'm just saying, you'll see a woman, she's in a relationship, she's really, really trying really hard. And then she sees, well, she's not being appreciated. Then she's be like, I ain't cooking tonight. I'm done. I don't cook I don't know what you're going to have for dinner. I'm tired. That's what you're going to get. In the beginning, that woman is there and she's trying to show her love all that she can. And then she'll get a wall. And it's like, man, where'd the wall come from? What's that? What's that? That's him relaxing, trying to show his true self. But no, we don't need walls. We need you to treat us like an egg delicately. You're not gonna throw that egg up against the wall, right? Why are you throwing her up against the wall? You're not gonna, pull the chair from under. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way that we need for our men to be with us. And I'm gonna tell you what, you get all the submissiveness you want. You just gotta know how to do it. I'm just saying. Some of y'all men need to write a book on here because you understand and you know how a woman needs to be treated. And you have to listen. Because we can feel stuff that you can't. But if your woman is coming to you telling you something, understand why she's saying what she's saying. If a woman is breathing hard and she didn't do it, and 5 minutes later she breathed again, okay, it's time to talk because she's trying to talk right there. And yes, you may have to pull it out sometime because she's like, I need the right time to say what I need to say. And the first time you ask, she may be, I'm good. Let it go for a minute. And then later on, pillow talk. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Let's talk about you. Let's talk about how your day was. I'm just trying. This is what women need. When we start breathing hard, it's something really on our heart. And I ain't got time to pull it out of her. Okay, don't pull it out. Wait. Asked her one time. She said, no, I'm good. Okay. Give her time. Pillow talk. A lot of women, when they laying next to you, they're ready to talk. Just saying. It's all about communication. And y'all men sitting there with the game on, and your woman want to talk. Y'all watching TV, like, don't even understand. And she right here looking at you like, can you please feel my tape, feel my love tape? 5 love languages. Y'all need to get that book and find out what's your woman's love language. Is it touch? Is it service? Like, say, for instance, she might want you to fix the bed. She get up, she go to the bathroom, she's up, and you finna get up, fix the bed. That's a service. You see something on the floor need to be picked up, pick it up. That's a service. I'm just saying. Touch, service. Words of affirmation. Just like y'all men like words of affirmation. Women do too. Quality time. I'm just saying. Learn your love languages. Just because that's your love language may not be your woman's love language. Find out what your woman's love language is. Look it up on the computer. You can look it up. The 5 love languages of marriage. 5 love languages of even children. 5 love languages of your child. Find out the love language. And you could take a test and find out. Mine is quality time. quality time. And this right here, pat me on the shoulder every now and then. I'm just saying, women like that. Find out because yours might be gifts, you may be bringing her gifts. That ain't my love language. Thanks, but for me, it's sitting down and watching a movie. It's me. I like to talk. I like to know the future. I like to, what are we gonna do? What's the plans? But and I'm spontaneous. I may come up and say, hey, let's take a ride to Maryland today. I'm just saying. Find out what your woman's love language is. But it's time to heal the relationships, you guys. We can't leave this mess to our children. Are you guys looking at this? We should not be okay leaving this to our children. We cannot leave this mess to our children. We got to fix it. And now is the time to fix it. What are we waiting for? If not now, when? I didn't come on here. I know people was waiting on me to bash my men. I would never bash my black men. Never. They go through hell in this country. I wish I could take them all, get a boat and take them all out. Get our own island. We need our own black island. We can get on there and fight it out, duke it out, and come on back and live on each other. I'm just saying. Need to round us all up. Put us give us Madagascar, right? Put all of our Madagascar, give us that island. There's all that water around that island. Put all the black folk on that island. Y'all got to duke it out. Y'all gonna love each other, or you gonna hate each other, or you gonna heal. We don't need nobody else right now around us. We don't need to be loving on nobody but us right now. We don't need no white folk. We don't need no Chinese folk. We don't need no Indians, no Jews. We need no black folk. We need our own island so that we can learn how to love again. We've been so damaged. You ain't gonna tell me that Willie Lynch's letter is not real. You're not gonna tell me Willie Lynch is not real. We ain't talking about Dylann Roof right now, 88. Stay on topic. We're not talking about that. We're talking about black love, black relationship, period. We're not talking about Dylann Roof. We're talking about black love. Let's talk about that. You on something totally different. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about how black men and women are going to get that love back. Black, we're going to get the love back. It's time. We need our own island right now. We don't need no white folk telling us nothing. They can't even handle their own children. What the hell you got to say? You can't tell us nothing. Go handle your school shooters over there and leave us alone Biden. You got a whole grown man falling off a damn bike. What's that telling y'all? America's falling. Your leader is on a bike and he's falling. What does that mean to y'all? He can't tell us nothing. And call our children animals. I'm just saying. White folk can't tell us nothing. And you got white folk telling you what to do with your family, telling you what to do with your kids. What the hell? How you gonna tell us what to do with our children? Your children shooting up schools. I'm just saying. You can't tell me nothing. Can't no judge. Can't no DA. Can't no president. Can't nobody white tell me nothing about my child. You can't chastise me for raising my child. Talking about we need you to tell us how to raise our children. How many schools our children shooting up? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's only going to take hard work because white folk keep interfering. If y'all would leave black folk alone and let them be to themselves and let us do what we need to do, we know how to love each other, but we keep getting interrupted. We keep getting off track. We keep getting thrown off track because white folk won't leave us the hell alone. It doesn't matter. That's confusion. And you know why they think like that? Because of white folk. Everything that you see happening in black communities is because of white folk. It's because of your system. That's why we can't love each other now, because of the system, because of TV, because of media, because of schools, because we've allowed them to educate our babies. That's where all of this garbage. Every time you see a black problem, I guarantee you look under that rock and you're going to see a white supremacy hand. A white supremacy, either they are black white supremacy or they're white supremacy hand that then stuck their hand in the cookie jar and twisted it, and now we got a mess. If you leave black folk alone, we got this. We can bring it together, but you won't let us. White folk won't let us get it together because they know we come together. Oh, we got this. We got some Africans that love black folk. And we got African Americans that we know how to get along. Oh, just like you got white folk that can't get along. 88. Look at Iran. Look at Iran and Iran and Iraq fighting each other, cousins fighting each other. Look at Russia and Ukraine. Y'all fighting each other. So don't act like y'all the only one that black folk only ones can't get along. Just understand that. Ukraine and Russia fighting, those brothers, those cousins, they neighbors, and they can't get along. So you trying to say what black folk the only ones can't get along? That's not true. Every time you see black confusion, it's because a white person has stuck their hand in it. We know how to get along. Y'all been fighting, white folk been fighting each other since the beginning of time. They was fighting each other. Then they saw us, oh, we're going to go over there and fight them. Let's cause them, let's teach them how to fight each other. And then we're going to come back over here and continue fighting each other. Let them fools fight. I don't care if they blow up Russia and Ukraine. I don't care if they blow each other up, blow them up. I don't care. My only concern is my brother, my fellow man. I ain't talking no white folk. Ain't no white folk, my brother. God didn't tell me I had to love them devils. He didn't tell me that. He called them serpent people. Only people I care about right now. And I'm saying I hate anybody. I don't hate nobody. But I don't trust them. And I don't hang around people I don't trust. Because they can't be trusted. I see on TikTok somebody, a white woman say, well, y'all, we've been coming to y'all picnic since forever. Yeah, you've been coming to our picnics. And then she said, would you come to our picnic? Hell no, I won't come to nothing you're giving. For one, I don't trust you. For two, I would never eat your food. And for three, you're nasty. And for four, I don't even like you like that. Why would I want to come to your picnic? And I know you can't cook. I'm just saying. I'm real. See, people don't like this show because I'm real. I talk, my heart, I show my heart. And because I love me some black folk, people think I don't like white folk. It's not about that. It's not about them. It's about my people. It's about healing the nation. Because once we heal this nation, we're going to come together. This thing coming down, whether they like it or not. It's coming down. It's coming down. He called them serpent people in the Bible. Read it. Read it. Serpent people. If you have the revelation, read the book of Enoch. Who knows about the book of Enoch? Read that. 88. Get that book, book of Enoch. That book right there show you a whole lot more. And we have to understand why it's so important for our men to be there for our girls, not just our boys. Because when our men are there for our girls, they're teaching our little girls what kind of men they'll want later. So this, ladies, is why it's important to understand and know who you're having babies with. You got to understand that it's important that you pick good mates. You get to know these men before you land with them. You shouldn't be laying with nobody first date. If you that horny, you need to get a toy first, do what you need to do, and then go out. Seriously, I'm just saying, if you that much of a, that you got to see with it, get your toy, do what you need to do, then you can go out and then you can talk and you can have some fun. You get to understand these men. Because y'all, okay, too thirsty. So you sleep with anything and then you got a damn fool on your hand. Then you looking like, oh my God, this thing really crazy. He was crazy when you met him, but you were so horny, you couldn't understand. So you went and had sex with him and then you got pregnant. And now you got to deal with that fool for the rest 18 to 21 years. Stop doing that. Get to know these fools. Because we have some very dysfunctional people. And it's not just black folk, it's people, period. Depending on how they grew up. Depending on how they grew up. You gotta attract, and a lot of times, ladies, we need work too. If you are attracting dysfunctional men, you gotta check you, baby. If you are attracting men that's abusers, you gotta check yourself. Ask yourself, why am I choosing this abuser? Why am I choosing this alcoholic? Why am I choosing this insensitive man? Why am I choosing this man that's not here for me? Why am I choosing a man that don't have my back? You gotta look at you. So I want us women to look at the men that we're attracting to ourselves and know that if we're attracting dysfunctional men, that's on us. You got to do some work in you. Be single for the next year or two. Get you right. And then I guarantee you'll start attracting a better man. Do the work on you. And if you know that you came from a dysfunctional family, every black woman, I believe, every black person, period, I do believe that we need therapists, qualified therapists that have done the work on themselves, and now you're ready to help others. Not therapists that grew up with no daddy. Now you're going to try to tell me what it is to have no daddy or to have a daddy. What can you tell me? I need therapists that are trained, that are healed of themselves, to come into our communities. And I'm not talking no white, no white therapists tell me nothing. I'm telling, okay, you already know how I feel about that. We need some black therapists, black healed up therapists. And I do believe that we need men therapists, women, and men, we need women therapists to help us to understand each other. I'm serious. We've got to heal this. We cannot leave this to our babies. We cannot leave this mess to our babies. Look at what we're showing them, you guys. Y'all not understanding. This is just like being dysfunctional, and then our babies get up older and they act dysfunctional, and you old and you're like, girl, I don't know why that girl acting like that. I don't know where she got that from. And look at you, grandma. You used to act the same dang gone way. And now you didn't taught your granddaughter how to be ignorant just like you. I didn't see some parents cusses and their kids grow up and be just like be cussing out everybody. So much dysfunction. You have to understand what you're teaching your children. It matters. They always watching, even when they're 2 and 3. Even when they're 2 and 3. You cannot be hollering and screaming and think you're going to have a healthy house, because who's watching you? You cussing out the neighbors. Who's watching you? And then they grow up and do the same thing, and then you fussing and cussing at them because you taught them how to be dysfunctional. Because they watched you from age 1 to 10 cuss out everybody. And now you holier than thou. And now your kid from 10 to 20, he cussing out everybody. You like, I don't know what's wrong with that boy. He just don't know how to act. I don't know why he act like that. You don't. You got it from somewhere, Mom. You got it from somewhere, girl. Stop it. That dysfunctional behavior. If you know it's dysfunctional, go get some help. Go get some training. Come on, you guys. We cannot be afraid to go get therapy. We cannot be afraid to go get the help that we need to bring our families back together, to bring healthy relationships around our children. We have to be healthy in order for our children to be healthy. We're dysfunctional. We can't have this dysfunction or leave this mess. We cannot leave this to our children. We cannot. Are you okay with what you're seeing going on? Our boys wearing dresses? I'm not okay with that. I don't want you around my grandson wearing no damn dress. I seen this I'm sorry. I seen this guy in Mexico, right? They're here too. He had on a whole dress, a mini skirt, right? And on some heels. He had on some heels. He had a mustache. It was so crazy looking. He had a mustache. He was a man. He had long hair. He had a mustache. He had on like a cowboy hat. He had on a jacket, a leather jacket. Then he had on his mini skirt. He had his mini skirt on. Then he had on these boots, right? And when I looked, and he turned around, and he was a man in the face, and he had a little girl. He was holding her hand, and I just was like, "What in the world is going on with that? What in the world?" That little child must be so confused. I don't know if that was her daddy or uncle, but it was just sad. He would not be around my child. Sorry. If I had a brother like that, he wouldn't be around my child. I don't want you teaching my daughter that that's okay, because that's inappropriate. Just like at the library, if I took my granddaughter there and I seen somebody, a transgender's reading her, I'll read to my own granddaughter. Not reading, and what you're probably reading her has something to do with LGBT. No, you're not reading that to my granddaughter. But parents, we have to understand what's going on now in these schools and what they're teaching our boys. And you have to understand, I do believe that this marijuana that they're smoking, all of this stuff in there is chemically messing with their bodies. Because you have to understand, there was a scientist that talked about the frog. Remember? Go look up the scientist that talked about the frog who was a male. And there was some pesticide that they're probably spraying on your marijuana right now. It was a pesticide that they used, and that frog started having female attributes, female parts, female boobies, female everything. And before long, that male frog was a female frog. Go look that. I promise you, I want you guys to look up that scientist. He's a black guy. And he talked about, look up the scientist, the pesticide scientist, the pesticide scientist. And he came out and talked about it. I want y'all to, I'm so serious. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it. The pesticide scientist that talked about the changing of the frogs. Scientist, hold on. Yes. Man, I can't find it. But I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna put it in the comments. He talked about the pesticides. The pesticides that they were using was altering the frogs' DNA. It was altering the frog. And you're not gonna tell me that they're not using that on our men now or anybody that's smoking weed. I'm telling you, y'all have to understand what's really going on. And what's really going on? The changing of the frogs in DNA. It was changing their whole sex, everything. The frog started out a male and it turned around to be a female. But the pesticide that they was using was altering the frogs, everything. And before long, that frog was a female. I'm telling you, y'all not gonna tell me that they're not using that pesticide in that weed. All these boys walk around here switching, just loving them some women, well, loving them some selves. I'm just saying. But I didn't want to be on here long, you guys. I think this is long enough. 8:30. This is way over my time. I did not want to be here that long. Think about what I said, and we got to start doing something. We got to start somewhere. Education is key. I keep telling you. Who is Neil? Is that Neil? Who are you talking about, Neil? 88. Is that Neil? Who is that? Is that the frog man? Hold on. Let me see. You better be on top of here. You better not be nothing crazy either. You talking about, because I'm gonna talk about you in a minute. Yes, that's so you know what I'm talking about, right? Hold on. Hold on. Let me make sure that's him. That might be him. Yes, that's him. Yes, I think that's him. Yes. I want you guys, if that's the same man, I want you guys to look up that scientist. I want you to look up it's in the Neil deGrasse, Degrasse Tyson. I want you to look him up and you'll understand what I'm saying about the frog. Okay. But I don't want to be on here long. I just want us to think about, but we have a whole school and it's Zyx Institute. That's a black school that we can start there. Take your children out, put your children in the virtual school, get other black people in your community, and maybe he'll have a school in your neighborhood. We have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. We cannot continue allowing enemies to educate your children. That's the first thing. We have to bank black. We have to support each other. We have to buy black. We have to start creating our own. This is why I created the foundation, Realm in the Bush. That's why I created it for a reason. I told you about the clinic. I told you about the other stuff that I want to connect to it. But I'm really trying to get the foundation up and running, ages 18 to 25, to come and to allow me to educate them. I'm not me. I have people that do that for them. I told you about the different programs that we're going to use, the mechanics, CDL drivers, ages, I think she still has the 18 to 25, security, HVAC, painting, flooring, mechanics, barber school, car detailing, all of that. We want to teach our own and we want to build our own tables. And how do we start? We start now. We start educating our own and we start teaching our 18 to 25-year-olds how to become entrepreneurs so that we can start supporting them, because we need this in our neighborhoods, right? We do it nationwide, not just here. We can do it Florida, we can do it Georgia, we can do it North Carolina, South Carolina, everywhere. We can do it nationwide, but it's going to take more than me because I can't be everywhere at one time. So with that said, have a great night. Thank you for your time. Like and share, like and share, like and share. It don't cost you a thing. Okay. And take care and bye for now.